Thermomix Adventures. My name is Lisa Keegan, and this week we are doing a series on quick dinners. So watch along this week to see my hints and tips to making dinner speedy when you've got a TM on the bench. Whether it's a TM31, TM5, TM6, it doesn't matter, even a thermo cooker, these will all speed up your life and mean less time in the kitchen, which as far as I'm concerned, that is a win. So I'm going to today show you something, and it's based on if you've got cookie dough, it's based on the Sesame Sticky Chicken. It is my spin on it, so come along today and I'll show you my shortcuts. It is a 6-minute cook time. So it takes no time to make, and you just need something to put it on. So I've got some thighs here that have been roasted off, but this could be some roast veggies. This could be any roast meat whatsoever, or cooked off in the oven roasted. Mine are thighs with bone in and skin on today that took about half an hour. So this does have an element of it being pre-done somewhere else. So it might be those roasting of veggies or those cooking of meat, but it means in the Thermomix, this is put in and set and forget. This is put on, set and forget, and then we assemble, which is really cool. So let me show you how it's done today. So the first thing we're putting into our TM bowl is 2 cloves of garlic or garlic paste, okay? I've got garlic paste at the moment. Garlic's really expensive, so we're operating with paste. And we're gonna put 2 teaspoons in because that's about the equivalent of 2 cloves. Now, if you've got garlic powder, you're gonna put in 1 teaspoon. Powdered is way more concentrated than paste and the actual thing is. So one dehydrates, it takes the water out, which concentrates it. So 1 teaspoon will be all you need. Now to the bowl, we're going to add rice wine vinegar. Now, if I didn't have rice wine vinegar, you know what? I would actually just use normal vinegar or apple cider vinegar. They will all work perfectly fine. We're going to put in 30 grams of this. So this is going to give it that sweet, sour, salty flavor. So in this goes, you'll notice it's a fair bit, okay? In that goes 30 grams of that. Then we're going to put in some sweetener. Now there's 2 types of sweeteners, and you can't skimp on this because this is what makes it sticky. Okay, you guys know who've been watching along for a while, we don't tend to do much sugar, and we try and add veggies where possible. So same with this is no different. So I'm going to tear these scales back, and I'm actually putting in 60 grams. This is no different in the sense that I will be over the veggies as well, but it is something where I can tell you now, you're not going to be able to skimp on it. Okay, so hang tight and see how amazing this is. Did I not tear that back? Now, excuse the scales jumping around. I am on a tall bench here. It's not my kitchen bench. So 60 grams of this. Now, we are going to use a second sugar in here. We are going to use just a raw sugar. You could use, if you've got a preference of sugars, you like to use coconut sugar, brown sugar, whatever you've got really. Feel free. Okay, so 30 grams of sugar is the next thing. So, mine's up the back here. Okay, so raw sugar, monk fruit, sweetener, whatever you want, 30 grams. So in total, you've got 90 grams in the entire recipe here. This sauce does go a long way though. Okay, so just come along and see how this goes. Next up is tomato paste, and we have 60 grams of tomato paste. In this goes. Now, if you don't have tomato paste, I have done this before with diced tomato, and it works perfectly fine as well. So don't feel like you can't make this because you don't have tomato paste on hand. Just use good old diced tomatoes. It'll work. Even fresh tomatoes diced up would perfectly work as well, I reckon. And then last thing is some soy sauce. Actually, second last thing. Now, if you like chili, let me just put this in. This is going to be 50 grams of soy sauce. This is giving it that saltiness. There is no other salt in this. Now, if you like chili, you can add sweet chili sauce, okay? However much you like. You might go, I would say about 20 grams. If you like it really spicily, you can add some chili to it by all means. We don't do spicy. We're going to add paprika instead. So we're just going to put in half a teaspoon of paprika into there, and then we are actually done with all the ingredients. This is going to go on, and this actually just has to cook for 6 minutes. That is it, 6 minutes at Varoma temperature. So let's come back over here. 6 minutes, Varoma, oops, that's a 7. Varoma temperature and up to speed 2. However, measuring cup out, splash guard, or Varoma or simmering basket on top. What that's going to do is it's going to let out the steam, and it's going to let it reduce down to a beautiful sticky goodiness that you're then going to put over your hot veggies and or meat. Okay, now your meat or veggies do need to be hot because over time this goes thick, it solidifies. It doesn't go thick, it's not like a jelly, but it thickens that like pretty much. So you do want to have this hot or warm so that when you trickle this over the top or you take it out of a fridge because you've got leftovers in a jar, you want to melt it down so that it actually goes all over. I'll come back in 6 minutes. I'll show you this beautiful final product on here and show you how to finish it off. So I can't wait to see you make this. I'd love to know, have you made maybe the original or something similar in your Thermomix? And if you're currently buying jars of sticky sauces, I hope that this inspires you to try something a little different. But I'll see you in 5 minutes. Bye for now. Okay, the time has gone off. You can hear it going off now actually, and it's done. So now, and you see it's super hot. Can you see in there? It's 115 degrees. The little number up the top tells us. So this is piping hot. It is kind of caramelized, I guess you could say. So what we're going to do now is it's actually ready to go. So 6 minutes and what, 6 ingredients, maybe 7, I didn't count them, is all it takes. And that 6 minutes allowed me to clean up the kitchen, put everything back away that I've just used, get a jar out because I know I'm going to have leftover sauce. And by the way, you can double this sauce. If you like to have the sauces ready for another day, double this sauce. And all you need to do is add an extra half time. So you're going to do 9-minute cook time instead of 6 minutes. How cool is that? So we'll take the lid off my thermoserver. This is keeping my chicken piping hot. If you want to get your hands on a thermoserver and you live in Australia, reach out. I'd love to do an online demo with you and you can get one discounted. But going to take this off. Look how sticky that's gotten. That's probably a bit hard to see, but it is so beautifully sticky. Actually, you'll see it as I tip it out. Now, I'm not going to use all of it because, as I said, sugar is something I don't give my because it doesn't go so well when it comes to bedtime. But look at how thick and luscious that is. Sorry, you can't see me, but as long as you can see the food, that's so good. So now I'm just going to coat them in it, and I'm going to put the leftovers in a jar to be able to go on something else. But you can see how beautiful that is. Okay, now if you've got chicken bits, I just want to talk about a couple of different options, I guess, for doing this. I could scrape more out of there, but I won't right now. Say you've got chicken breast or tenderloins or thigh meat. If you want to make this even faster, dice that up and cook it on a tray in the oven. Now, I did nothing other than coat this in a drizzle of oil. I didn't flour it, I didn't egg it, I didn't do anything like that, like the original recipe calls for, because I don't have time for that. I just want to get it done. And you can see how beautiful that looks without having to do anything, any of that flouring, which adds calories, it adds, you know, all sorts of stuff to it. So you just do it like that and it's done like that. But if you want to make it quicker, chop up your chicken breast, your thigh, your tenderloin, whatever, and cook it in the oven. Put a little bit of oil on it and cook it in the oven. And it's obviously going to be done in, what, 10 minutes, as opposed to it taking about 40 minutes for the big chunks of thighs. You could also do drumsticks. You can do whatever. And as I said, vegetables are next level. I would highly suggest giving it a go with veggies as well and trickling this over the top. All right, that is it for me this afternoon. This is part 1 of our quick dinner series. This one using an oven and the Thermomix, but in total time, oven cook time, put it in on a tray, oil on, cook it for as long as it needs to get cooked, sauce in 6 minutes, and leftovers to go on veggies or something tomorrow, or a salad dressing or whatever. Something warm though, because it will thicken in the fridge. So otherwise, guys, take care. I hope you make this recipe and I hope you'll tell me what you think. This is a winner with my family. My entire family rave about this dish and ask me to make it all the time. It's probably because it's got sugar in it, let's be real. But a little bit of sugar here and there, a-okay. So take care and let me know your questions. Let me know if you'd like to book in a demo. I'd love to support you to get the very most out of your Thermomix. And thanks for watching today. My name's Lisa Keegan from Thermomix Adventures. Bye for now.